All right, good morning. It's Friday, November 11th, and 2022, and it's almost 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, market just opened up about 15 minutes ago. And so what's going on here? Okay, so like yesterday, the market, just took off like a rocket. There's like one bar straight up, and it closed at the very top. And, that would have been great for day traders, just ride that thing up. And so, like I mentioned before, I like to trade. This is what I trade, the balance areas. Because they tell me everything. I don't care what happens on the news, and some CPI report came out. Anything that goes up on the news always comes back down. There's no strength in that. Now, there could be some strength in that. If this was a bull market, which it's not, it's a bear market. If this is a bull market, then, yeah, I can see this thing having some strength. And conversely, if this went all the way down, and since it's a bear market, it can still come back up, but it still has this weakness because it's coming down. These are lower highs right here. And I'll have to explain that more to you. This is not an easy game to learn. It's very simple once you learn it, but you start to learn its patterns, just like you learn patterns from your partner, your friends, your close people that you know, and eventually the patterns are all the same, so this is it. Anyway, so news report came out, market went up. Like I said, I never get in on the first bar up because that could just be a spike, just like that. It's a spike. It's a little tiny one there. Here's two spikes here, and there's no confirmation of it going down, and it came back up. So same thing, this could be considered a spike until this makes a second bar up. This made a second bar up, but it's not going up higher. It's got to continue to go up. It's not doing that. On top of that, this was a news-driven spike, so I don't see anything that's any strength in that. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Keep track of the markets today. The Dow made new highs again, and it broke this line, but again, it doesn't mean very much unless it stays up there. And I'm not paying too much attention to the Dow. This could be the leader into a new bull market, but I think we're far from a bull market. I see overall weakness, and again, this could take off a little bit more up in here before it turns around. Same thing with the NASDAQ, but so far I don't see any indication for me to go to buy any call options, because if I did, it looks like it'd be a short move until it came back down again. So I'm staying with my put options. In fact, after this I might purchase some more. I'll see how the sentiment of the market goes today, and then I just might buy more if this starts dipping down into here, and maybe next week we'll go back down. So I understand what this bar did. It on the news it looked really good. I think it just probably got in thousands, maybe millions of people on this, long-termers, that's what I call them, and they're really happy about that, and so they got into the market. So let's see. Like I said, this is a game. These people want to drive this up, get a bunch of people in, and drive it back down. So let's see if that plays out. So far, like I said, it could go up higher and bring in even more buyers and then drive it down. Let's see I don't know what their plan is, but this uptick right here, up move, I think the news said we haven't had something like this since March of 2000. During the pandemic, right when it started, the market spiked up like this. So that's 2 years. So this is not a common move. You have more common moves like that going down because it's a bear market. But going up, you don't have that. So like I said, there's no strength in this. Even if it does go up, there's no strength. It's going to come down, and all those people that bought in probably not going to sell. They're probably going to hang on there because they're thinking it's going to come back. But that's not true, because we're in a bear market. This line right here doesn't lie. But most people aren't looking at that. They know that most people are just looking at what happens in that day. And if the market goes up like that, they're thinking this is the overall market, but it's not, because they're not looking at the overall market. They're only looking at this right here, and it looks great. Dow went up, I don't know how much, over 1,000 points. And the ES went up over 200 points, which is really, really unusual. And for that to go up like that and market driven, it's like I said, there's no strength in that. There's no power. But it doesn't mean that it can't go up to here and then come down, but overall strength. Anyway, I have put options in here. And they're not, they don't expire till December 22nd, so I'm still good. Right here, I'm safe. So there's really not much to say other than, this is bear market. Again, like I said yesterday, you'd have to go above this line to be considered somewhat of a bull market, and then this line, and eventually this line, and then we're into an official bull market. A long ways to go. But again, news-driven, no power, good fake out, brought in a lot of people. One of these days, maybe next week, I'll explain the psychology behind all of this. These people that run these markets, they've been doing this for a long time. They know about psychology. They know how to work these markets, and they know how people think. And this is one of their maneuvers, one of their moves that they did to get more people in on a bear market and keep the long-term people from selling. Pretty good strategy. It actually works. It's been working for a long time, ever since the markets have been around. And they figured all this out. Anyway, not today, but I will talk to you about psychology. I've been involved in psychology for many years, involved in neuroscience, mostly the cognitive part of neuroscience, about how the brain works and how people think, how I think, and what's happening here. Like, what are people doing? How come they're not selling? Why didn't they sell their position when they were here? That's what everybody should have done. But again, if everybody did that, then there wouldn't be a market. So we need people to do that. I hate to say that, but these people are going to lose. Individually, they'll lose thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars by the time this thing hits bottom, because they're focused just on this little part, and that's where all the attention is. They're making people focus on this and not what happened here. So I think I'll explain more in detail how this psychology works, and we'll talk about that next week. This is Friday. Might do an update. Didn't do one last night because there wasn't much to say. The market just went up. That's it, on news driven. Okay, so that's it for now. We'll talk later. One more thing. So this is Bitcoin. Here's the top of Bitcoin, 69,000. This is a futures market here. And it came all the way down. It's down to about 16,000 here. And remember us talking about this balance area, and if it breaks out, it's going to go in that way in a big direction. And so this is the longest balance area. This is a pretty good balance area here. and it broke down to here, and it's going to continue to break down. Where Bitcoin is going, I don't know. It could go down to 13,000, 10,000, 8,000. But I bought some, as soon as it came down here and it made these extra bars, I bought some shorts, some puts, and after I get off of this recording, I'm going to buy some more puts into here and then ride this thing down. And these are December puts, so they're good till the 22nd, and the 22nd of December this market should be down quite a bit. And again, if it pops back into this balance area, then I'll have to get out with a loss. But so far it looks good. You know, it looks like it's looks good going down. So that's it for Bitcoin. Okay, talk to you guys next week.